Hello. What is up, chat? I have a lot to say about a new movie that just came out, The Fantastic Four. First steps. Probably non-spoilers for the first half. Probably one game and then spoilers for another game. I'll just say about this. These skins are low-key pretty tough. I didn't like them at first, but after seeing the movie, I really liked them. I was not anticipating this movie at all. I really did not care. I wasn't that excited. I mean, I did care because it is Marvel and like I have a general care for Marvel, less so recently, but movies mainly I still like feel something about. I was way more excited for Superman, and every time I saw a Fantastic Four trailer, I thought the first one I thought was good. First time I saw it, the more and more I watched it, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. Like, I don't think it's gonna be that good, especially compared to the Superman trailers. I think the Superman trailers were gas. They completely, like, I think most people agree that those trailers are pretty sick. I thought it was gonna be decent, but I didn't think it was gonna be better than Thunderbolts or anything. I didn't even like Thunderbolts like that. I think Thunderbolts was a little bit overrated. Are these healers real? I had an absolutely fantastic time. I thought it was a delightful theater experience. I did see it in IMAX. I feel like that actually did add to the movie for sure. You know Galactus is in the movie. His size on an IMAX screen was pretty fucking real. It was really awesome to see. There are some beautiful shots. Oh, I can do the team up. Where's Super Torch? Whoa. Who did you fucking get? Reed, you're not fantastic. No, you're not. You're not. Whatever, we got it. I really liked it. I think I had a delightful time. And it reminded me of, like, old days of seeing superhero movies. Like, early MCU, early, like, there were even times where it reminded me of, like, Tobey Maguire or Spider-Man. Let's go! Don't say it. It's clobbering time. Holy shit. For another aspect that I really enjoyed was the world itself. Like, obviously the point of this movie was, like, it's its own thing. You don't need to do any Marvel homework. You don't need to watch 3 TV shows in order to understand the side character that shows up. You can watch this movie completely on its own. Everything makes sense. You get all the info you need. And I also like how they skip the origin story. So let's just talk about each character, non-spoilery. Johnny Storm, I feel like, is a very boring character. I do not care about him. And I think he's usually my least favorite of the Fantastic Four. In this movie, he was not bad at all. Joseph Quinn, I think, was pretty decent as him. I don't think he was the same, you know, Chris Evans' Fantastic Four. I think they're different characters, but I think this one, you know, was good. I like that he was still very smart. He wasn't just like Sue's little brother, you know, like he was actually like went to space and was on the team because he's a genius. I feel like everyone talks about his character as only like he's just hot and that's it. I would like for him to be more than that, and he was in this movie. And he played a very major role. He had a really major scene, and I don't know, I liked him. He didn't make me laugh that often. Sometimes he did. I would say the biggest issue I had with him was the effects on him at times. It just looked... Sometimes it looked great, sometimes it looked terrible. When he was just in his regular clothes and his flame came on, it looked kind of good. But when his whole face was like this... And his eyes in particular did not look real. Like, they look so uncanny. I really like his character. He was kind of just comic relief in this movie. Cannot lie. He was funny, though. And I love his actor, Eben Moss Backrack from The Bear. Cousin. He did some chefing in this. And he says it's dinner time. I really liked him in this movie, but I wish he got a little bit more to do. His story was easily the most undercooked. Natasha Lyonne is in this movie for some reason as this, like, I'm not going to say, but she's in the movie and barely gets any scenes. And I would say it's because they undercooked his story. But what I can say is he looks amazing. I felt emotions through him. I felt like humor through him. I think he was just like a delightful character. I did not have the most faith in Pedro Pascal. I was not doubting. However, I just thought, I don't know if he's the number one choice. I don't know if he's number one. And I am very happy to say he killed it. As someone who loves him in a lot of things and loves like The Last of Us, for example, or you know, he's getting great in Game of Thrones, but I didn't think he could pull off this type of character. I feel like Joel's in his wheelhouse normally. Mr. Fantastic, a little different, but he very much proved me wrong. I was very impressed. The stretching could have been done more, but I like how it was used. It was kind of sparingly, but when it counted, it counted. And there's one part that's really intense stretching, and I thought it looked good. All of it looked good. She easily is the emotional kind of weight of the movie. She definitely gets the most to do. A lot of people are going to say she was the best performance of the movie, and you're not wrong for thinking that. I thought she was amazing, but I also think that there were times where the accent was kind of slipping, and there were times where I didn't buy everything. There's only so much like grunting I can take with this that I'm like, yeah, she's just standing on a soundstage. But she was definitely given the most material to go dramatic with, and she did great. But I think Pedro Pascal probably put on a better performance, but he was not given the same type of like moments that she was given. She carried the movie on her back in a way, but that's just kind of how it was written. It wasn't like she stole the show. It was like this show was written for her. Does that make sense? But overall, like, I mean, I think this movie was fucking fantastic. It gave me a like childlike feeling of being back in theaters, seeing a old MCU movie for the first time. And I overall wouldn't say like, it's definitely not one of the funnier MCU movies. Like, I want to say that it reminds me of like old school like Guardians 1, which is my favorite Guardians. That's my favorite Marvel movie period. But I wouldn't say that it quite does because of the humor. It's just not on par. And I like what they did with the style and like how the kind of atmosphere changes throughout the movie. If you like Superman, I would go see it too, because it's a similar movie in that universe. You know, it's kind of like a reset, kind of like a different thing. All right, I think I'm going to get into spoilers. Guys, this movie did not end how I thought it was going to end. I thought from the get-go they were going to...
Perfection. I answer to all three.
Uh-oh.
They're ahead of us.
Don't just throw me in front of a team. Yeah, so anyway, because of the post-credit scene of Thunderbolts, I just assumed that the movie was going to end with their planet being destroyed by Galactus and they have to flee. Like, it was a dreadful kind of experience, but I loved it. I felt like it just had this impending doom and this like nice style, because the beginning of the movie is so nice and like upbeat and like joyful, and then the second half of the movie is like kind of dreary and like depressing and sad, and I loved it. I was like, this is subverting what I thought this movie was going to be. It is really like, it feels like the odds are against them and everything that they try to do goes wrong, and it's delightful. Honestly, I was like on the edge of my seat for a lot of it. It's just some of the most fun I've had in the theater in a long time. I think I may have had more fun in this movie than I did for Superman. I don't know if I could say that that movie's worse or better yet, but I definitely had more fun in this movie. I've been thinking about Superman like nonstop. I feel like most people have been thinking about Superman since I saw it. I need to see how this movie leaves me, because honestly, I think that these characters could have been more well-rounded. I feel like I was more enticed by the world and the effects and the stakes than the characters. But that's not to say they were bad. Like I said, I just kind of wanted more of them. Then halfway through the movie, once the stakes were made and they had a baby, and Franklin came around, I was almost certain I knew where it was going. I knew that their plan to teleport the planet wouldn't go right. I knew their plan to teleport Galactus wouldn't go right. I assumed that everything would go wrong and they'd have to make a last-second change of plans and say Galactus's main goal is more so to find Franklin than to just destroy that planet. Like, that's what his priority would be. It kind of was shown because he got off of the fucking planet that he just eats the planets from and like went to go find the baby. So I thought they were going to take a spaceship and go to the MCU with Franklin and bring Galactus there, which I thought was going to be really exciting. They didn't do that. Galactus is clearly not dead. He will come back. I mean, he's only teleported away. I'm very excited to see the future of these characters. Like, for Superman, when I was finished with the movie, I wanted to be excited of what's to come, but I really didn't know. Like, Superman doesn't lead into the next movie besides Supergirl, I guess, but, like, barely. And I already knew Supergirl was happening. This movie clearly just leaned into the next movie with Doctor Doomsday. And then also, we have the Thunderbolts post-credit scene, so we have even more to go off of. I think this movie can be enjoyed both ways. In a way of, like, if you think it's going to end one way and it doesn't, it's a different kind of movie. It's more sad because I think it really leans into how fucked up their world is becoming because of what's going on. And I think the whole moral quandary is intense and good. Like, thinking about putting yourself in their shoes and saying, would you sacrifice your own child to save the world? And you know what it reminded me a lot of? The Last of Us. Reminded me a lot of The Last of Us. So Pedro, he knows how to play a guilt-stricken father who won't sacrifice his daughter or his child for the world. I also thought he played the guilt very well. I kept hearing that going into it, but I really do believe it. He played the guilt of being so smart and, like, he felt guilty about causing their accidents. He felt guilty about everything that was going to happen. I think those were some of his best scenes. I want to talk about the Silver Surfer, and I want to talk about the effects. Johnny looked bad sometimes. Ben looked good majority of the time. Silver Surfer, I think, looked terrible way more than I thought based on the trailers. Way more often. I was like, this looks awful. It looked like a video game. It looked like a video game. Especially when she was on screen, like on a screen in the movie. Like the reporting, the projector of her saying, like, I herald your end. It looked like a Resident Evil game. Like an old, it doesn't look real at all. This is what the world building felt like to me. It felt like this meme, the future if. This is literally, this world was the future if there was only 4 superheroes and everyone loved them. Because the world got along. It was nice. Like, the stuff that they did in this movie, they couldn't do in the MCU because the world would not put teleporters all across the globe to save a bunch of people. It just wouldn't. And it filled me with hope. It was really nice. It was, like, very inspirational. I liked that the world was still realistic enough where everyone would turn on them. And this, like, beautiful, nice, utopian world would turn to shit a little bit because they think they're all gonna die. It's pretty fucked. I think I would give the movie a strong 8 out of 10. Some moments that I felt were a little contrived. Galactus has the power to initiate insta birth. That was a little strange. That whole birth scene, I think, was a little, like, kind of crazy. Sue almost dying. I kind of did think she died for a second, but then no, I didn't. Because in my head I was like, oh no, she's on the chair. She's going to be in the next movie. And this is what sucks about modern Marvel. I know everyone is going to live. I already knew everyone was going to live, but, like, now it's not even, like, a question because of the chairs. Please comment what you thought. Tell me if any of my points don't make any sense. I'm looking forward to doing more movie reviews one day and TV show reviews when I finish shows. And stay for-tastic.